Hey there, my fellow colonizers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Endzone 2, Episode 5, Second Settlement. Okay, we have another drought coming in a few minutes. So back in the first zone, I'm going to fire all my brickworks so that I can max out the amount of food and water that I have available to me. So that Yodaville is super well stocked for a drought. And that way I have resources in Yodaville to be able to pull into the Latex Outpost. So Latex Outpost needed some wood for construction, so I'll just bring some wood and some scrap in so that I can get going.
All clear.
So one of the things that the Latex Outpost is going to want pretty early on is as a well, because I won't have available to me the water jetty to be able to get water during the drought. So we'll get the well up. So this dwelling is boosting both the jetty. Oh, and the jetty needs a road as well. Which is funny, because it's like next to the... but whatever. So now this has a 30% bonus. This has a 20% bonus. And then this is supplying both. So this doesn't have a depot in the region, because we were waiting on the wood to be able to build one.
I'm at the wheel.
Food depot here. And then the whole point of this outpost is to set up latex, which I don't believe I need research for it. I think we can just build a plantation for it. So let's get that. Alright, so this foraging hut now has 30% bonus. I'll put a fishery. It's going to be hard to not have them overlap, I think. I'll just do my best and plop it like
drought
here.
is coming. Hopefully our supplies will be enough to last.
Alright, with the drought upon us, I'm going to want to pull everyone out of the jetties and fisheries in Yodaville, because they won't be useful anymore. So we're in the whole 45 water a minute. We still have positive food gain. Alright, that's fine. We have 9 people that are unemployed. Guess what, guys? You make bricks now. And then our outpost, we're in the whole 22 water a minute. We're still food positive because we weren't really relying on the fishery anyway. And we have plenty of, 7 minutes in the whole 30. So we will have 100 water left over at the end of the drought, provided that there isn't a pop boom. So we're fine there. But I can put people working in the well to actually be water positive or almost water positive. It's not bad. So for the plantation, I'm going to switch from fiber to natural latex and then set it up to... Well, I don't think I could do that. Oh, it requires fertile soil. Man, I built that wrong. So let's destroy that. I built in the wrong spot entirely. So the fertile soil plot here is down there. Let's try that again.
New instructions?
So I'm not really going to be able to plant natural latex during the drought, I don't think. When I'm able to, we'll go somewhere around here. Yeah, it doesn't work during the drought. I don't think that we actually need scrap or tree nursery or even an income of wood. Because if I'm not mistaken, nothing here uses tools, so we don't actually need to manufacture tools on site. So these buildings are just like nice to haves, not need to haves, and I'm going to leave them off. Which means we have a lot of free manpower. One of the things that we could do is to expand for the forager hut to actually just grow a better forest for it. That's like not a terrible idea. So I'm gonna get rid of the... I'll also set up the tree nursery up here too. It doesn't hurt to have like extra trees that you can rely upon during scarcities, because I can set up another foraging hut up here as well. Let's get the road systems set up for that. Oh no, there's scrap blocking. Oh, that sucks. So I'll have to be a weird sort of road system that technically it just needs to connect to the town hall. The two roads can be separate from one another. That's fine. This road system's gonna look mighty Frankenstein. So the tree nursery will start growing trees around here. Good. And then we will forage the area as it regrows, so that we can be food positive. Because it would be good to set up a market to supply. And then we want to just resolve homelessness. So I just need 3 more homes so that everybody here lives in a home. But I don't want their population to actually grow. Because then if their population is increasing, all the supply and demand gets thrown off. So I'll put another home. Put one there. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll be able to support... Yeah, both of those homes fall within the markets region. And to be able to build that market, I need to import 10 bricks. And then I also want a pharmacy, so I need 15 bricks total.
I'm at the wheel.
For the market and the pharmacy.
Got it?
And I'm importing vaccine ampules from Yodaville, so I don't need to make the vaccines on site. Another interesting thing to note is that the tech levels for the Latex Outpost are completely different and separate from Yodaville. So Yodaville has its own economy and research than the Latex Outpost, which I'm not really sure the full ramifications of that, but I figured it was worth mentioning because it's different. Oh, that's copper. Where's my bricks?
Got it?
Teeny Rick, thank you for the resub, by the way. So yeah, even during the drought, we are gaining a lot of food in this outpost due to all the adjacency bonuses. This one doesn't have a depot nearby, though. That's easy to remedy. And the brick import
Engine
is
running.
done. So now we'll get the market and the pharmacy. Probably also need the gravesite too, I suspect. Oh, I'm missing scrap. No problem. I'll just get scrap locally. Hey, Stochastic Turtle, thank you for the bits. Scrap's one of those things, like, it's so easy to come by, it's
New
almost a problem. So I'll just go pick up scrap from Yodaville, too. So there's the market. And then for the pharmacy, I'm going to need 20 wood, 30 scrap, and I'll just grab that from Yodaville. As it's just easier to do. Or I'll probably end up manufacturing scrap here, so I'll just pick up the wood.
New instructions?
The drought will be over in about 20 seconds. Ooh, a lot of adults aged up. Get them working in the brickworks. Gotta get that, like, what would it be, silicosis? Yeah. We're reinventing humanity here. Congratulations, everybody. You're all getting silicosis. We're gonna repeat the wrongs of the past.
I'm at the wheel. All clear. Engine running.
So now that the drought's over, I'll be able to start planting the
Natural
latex.
latex is needed to manufacture rubber. In turn, we use rubber during the production of protective clothing or when constructing new vehicles. The rubber factory requires natural latex and coal for its production. In other words, our settlement needs access to these two resources so that the rubber factory can function.
All clear.
Question for you guys. Should I make rubber at the outpost or at Yodaville? So I can either import the natural latex from the outpost or make the wood and charcoal at the outpost and import the rubber. Either one works. I'll give you 2 minutes to vote on that as I set up everything else. Alright, so I'm going to have the market start distributing, which is probably going to tank my food production. That's fine. I was ready for that. So, Forager. Is that food positive yet? If it's not, I might need to... No, we're still not in the food positive. Man, that market is costly. Might need a second forager. Work in the same area is not great. But as long as we're... I mean, I do have the forester going here. So I'm going to spread the forest around a little bit instead. So that we have... we don't have overlapping and depleting zones. All right. The other building that I wanted is the pharmacy. This is definitely not laid out in a nice grid or anything even remotely resembling a grid because of all the debris that's here. It's very hard to work around. Oh, you know what? I don't build there. So if we want, it looks like building the vulcanizer at the outpost is going to be best. So I'm going to put the a economical dwelling out here, so that when we get the vulcanizer, we can have it benefit from being adjacent to the plantation as well. So it looks like you guys want me to manufacture it at the outpost. So that that complicates things a little bit. And it is going to require there to be more production chain out here at the outpost, which is fine. And also more people. One of the things is because we have natural deaths over time, just like
Engine running.
the workforce available to us is going to change constantly. So if we want the vulcanizer out here, we are going to need some other things. We're going to need a charcoal kiln. And we're going to need like a regular supply of wood as well. And we're still in the hole for food because we're relying on foraging huts, which are not all that efficient. Okay, we're basically breaking even on food. Good. But yeah, I'm gonna need more people. So let's go grab some people. Maybe not 15. We have what, 6 to spare? I'll grab some babies as well. Sorry, babies. Hopefully I'm grabbing, I mean, there's not the concept of like families, so, you know, I'm not splitting up families as far as I know. Where can I put this? I want to put the houses down where they benefit from both the pharmacy and the market. That isn't too close. Over here is fine. That isn't too close to where I want my industries set up, because that will piss them off.
Engine running.
Oh, I made a big mistake. I sent people in the Pathfinder, but didn't give them water. So I executed those babies. Let's pretend that didn't happen.
On my way.
I totally forgot that, you know, people kind of need food and water when they're moving around. Oops. Sorry about the accidental execution, everybody. And then let's automatically turn on the Pathfinder's transport route. And I'm going to edit the transport route now. Where at... No, actually, it's fine for now.
Engine running.
Because I actually haven't set up the production chain for vulcanized rubber yet. So not, I think... Everyone has a home here? Yes. And we will be distributing vaccine ampules as soon as the Pathfinder's transport routes finish up. So in order to get the vulcanizer, we either need... Okay, here's what
I'm at the wheel.
I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to grab the natural latex from here so that I can research it. So how much latex do we have so far? 30? That's fine, I just need 25. So I either need coal at the Latex outpost or latex at Yodaville, and latex at Yodaville is just easier to do to get the research going.
Got it.
So I'm grabbing the first batch of latex that came out of the plantation. Come on. Are we food positive yet? Yes. Nice. We're food and water positive. Awesome.
Engine running.
Now we're going to edit this transport route to do 2 vaccine-ampules instead of 1. I don't know what the demand will be exactly. Well, hopefully 2 will be enough.
I'm at the wheel.
And I might need to manufacture more here because we only have a net of about 1.5 a minute, but the transport route probably takes longer than that. So here it's grabbing masks and ampules and bringing them up to Latex Outpost now. So now that I brought the latex down, I could research the vulcanizer. I think that will allow me to make the vulcanizer here at the outpost. Yes. But it does require 5 bricks, so let me pick up the bricks too before we leave. I think it will automatically drop the bricks off, even though it's not part of the outpost, but I'll take control of it if it doesn't. Yeah, there's not a lot of food left in stock for the foragers to forage. Eventually, for the foragers to, yeah, but eventually the tree nursery will help with that, as the tree nursery grows more forests back for supply.
I'm at the wheel.
What? It takes 4 a minute? That's ridiculous. Okay, so now everything that we need to build a vulcanizer here is done. And I can have it be adjacent to the economic home and not anything else. So I'll put it right here where it's next to the rubber supply and next to the economy home with a row between the two. And then the last thing that we'll need set up for the latex outpost, which will become a rubber outpost, is a supply of charcoal, which is a little hard to supply, to be honest. I might want to just import that from Yodaville. I think that is relatively reasonable. So, because there's just not enough land mass in the latex outpost to even do a significant amount of wood cutting, because things are tight. So I'm going to pull in 10 coal from Yodaville and unload it in the soon-to-be renamed rubber outpost. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? Let me double check. I think I did that backwards. Yep, I did that backwards. Which also means I'm just going to need to ramp up the coal production for Yodaville too. Okay, that looks right. Let that run. We are in the hole for water here. And that's probably because after that drought, I did not move my well keepers over to the jetty, which would be better. So we'll do that now. All right, water's back up positive.
I'm at the wheel.
The weather seems to be changing. We ought to prepare.
Another drought coming. They can be pretty regular. Which is why I'm relying less on fishing. So that when the droughts come, I have my foragers and they're all set and there's no problems. Alright, so the only thing this vulcanizer's missing... Oh no, it has depots in the vicinity. I'm close enough to the town hall that it's counting. Because the town hall circle overlaps it. So that's perfect. So we're importing coal. We're producing the latex. And now I can assign a vulcanizer.
Great. By doing so, we have made use of the new raw
material, you can apply it directly to...
For example, in the production of new protective clothing, you can instruct a tailor shop to produce rubber gloves instead of protective masks.
Okay, so it wants me to do rubber gloves. So now, renaming this outpost, because it's producing rubber, not latex. Rubber outpost. Edit the transport route to when at the rubber outpost, load up any available rubber. Basically, I'm going to be exporting all of the rubber that we make here back home. And then back home, we can put it to use by making another tailor and manufacture gloves. So I'm going to make another tailor now for rubber gloves. And that would be... I mean, it's relatively unnecessary because Yoderville could have made the rubber from scratch, but that would be the purpose of like production chaining. Also looks like Yoderville needs more cloth now. And because of that uptick of cloth, it needs more water. I do find that, like, I prefer to have huge amounts of stockpile for food and water so that I can essentially ignore the droughts rather than to have to constantly change workforces. So, like, it's better to just have, like, you know, a whole bunch of jetty workers and a huge supply, a huge capacity for water than to have to constantly move things around. Even though it's more efficient to constantly move things around, it's just more effort on my part, which I'd rather not have to take. So, vulcanizer, you making rubber yet? Yeah, you're making 2 rubber a minute. Nice. And we're using 2 coal a minute. And I don't know how to calculate, like, the how long a transport route takes. Like, I guess I could get a stopwatch and try to figure it out, but that's more effort than I'm about to put in.
Hopefully our supplies will be enough to last.
So, like, this is a 5-minute drought, and I'm only, you know, I should have plenty of water in both Yoderville and the rubber outpost to outlast it, no problem. So, have we imported rubber yet? We have. We have 22 rubber imported. Good. So let's set that up for gloves.
When settlers have access to several types of protective clothing, they can shield themselves against stronger radiation too. So sooner or later, it is absolutely necessary to produce new types of protective clothing if our settlements are supposed to survive in this world. I think you've slowly gotten the hang of it. Make sure that your settlers are doing well and sufficiently supplied with the necessary goods. And if things get hairy at a settlement at some point, then the other can help out. You've come a long way. Now that you've established 2 settlements, I've taught you everything I know. Reassured, I'm going to put these people's fate in your hands now. Just one more thing. I saw a collapsed bridge not far from here. Any chance you can repair it and get to the other side of the river? I don't know what awaits us there, but there are surely lots of exciting things to discover.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the rebuilding the bridge is locked in the demo, but I'll go out just to make sure that is the case. Because I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain I'm not wrong. So it wants me to put... so before I do that, I'm going to export some food from
I'm at the wheel.
Yodaville to the Outpost, because the Outpost has a critical low supply of food that won't last the drought because I didn't stockpile enough in time. And my... the foresters out here haven't reforested enough for the foragers to have access to new food. As you can see, some of the new, like this is newly grown forest. There is a little bit of foraging food out here to grab, but not enough to keep us fed for this drought. So, but easily I can just import it from Yodaville, because Yodaville's sitting on a massive stockpile. And then I'll try to rebuild the bridge, but I'm pretty sure the bridges can't be built in the demo.
Where are we going?
Now, there is an achievement for the demo, which I haven't gotten yet, which is to get population up to 101. So I'm going to, that will be my last self-imposed goal beyond the tutorial, to be able to do that.
Let's go.
So the food shortage warnings went away for the rubber outpost, which is good. And here in Yodaville, we have... Oh, it's warning me about water. And that's because during the droughts, weaveries require tons of water. In fact, hold on. Let me pause a second. I can keep making gloves because I have a nice tidy sum of cloth already, but I should probably stop my weaving mill so that we don't bottom out in water. Which is funny because it a second ago it looked like it was... No, it's not raining. It just looked like it. Alright.
Where are we going?
So, new paths. Wood. 100 wood, 100 scrap. And 10 tools. Oh, no, 25 tools. I can totally read.
Now, I'll keep my mouth shut, because as of this point, I only have just as much experience as you do. Thanks for your help. I'm sure you'll lead our settlers into a glorious future.
Okay, so that is the end of the demo tutorial. I'm going to continue playing to try to hit that 101 population, which is not too far off. Yodaville's... What is Yodaville's population? I don't even see that at a glance. Through... I'm not actually sure. Through housing availability? Well, the Pathfinder's heading up to the bridge to try to figure out if that's something we can rebuild or not. I'm 99% sure it isn't. But we did last through the drought. There's only 10 seconds left. Nobody died.
Engine running.
And taking all those resources up to the bridge, I'm pretty sure the bridge won't be rebuildable.
New instructions?
Yep, blocked in the demo. So, although somehow or another I lost wood on the path. I don't know how that happened, but either way, it's blocked in the demo anyway. So we'll drop this stuff off at the outpost and then continue the resource route that I had going. Thank you for tuning in to a first look at Endzone 2's pre-release demo, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 4th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it. And you can also find a link to Patreon there as well. Thank you so very much for tuning in. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors of the Endzone.